Take some phone calls. 888-957-9570. Ask Joe anything. I want to get your thoughts on the in-season tournament before we leave as well.
And load management. This thing that came out about load management. Why?
And don't get fined. Don't say anything to get fined. And then we'll ask a question. We'll take a hit. Don't ask us for any money, though. We work at this place. We don't.
I'll say it on your behalf.
See how we dress. You see our boss man, how he's dressed? He's not dressing to impress. Also, in-season tournament. And then Kevin Durant's coming back to town next Tuesday in front of the fan base. So I want to get your thoughts on that as well. But let's go to Horace down to Texas.
What's up, Horace?
Horace down to Texas. Ask Joe anything here on the Morning Roast. What's up, Horace? Good morning.
Oh, good morning, guys. Hey, appreciate your show, man. And Joe, man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you just putting yourself out there like that. I never got an opportunity to talk to an owner, man. And I just appreciate you opening yourself up like that for questions and everything. So I just got a question for you, sir. The one thing that I did not like last year is watching us get beat up by the Lakers in the front court. And we were small. And there's one thing I've been crying about to these guys, especially for the last year and a half. Why is Boogie Cousins not in the league? I think there's unfinished business with the Warriors for Boogie Cousins, man. Talk to me about that, brother. Please talk to me.
This is the text line, Joe. Every day. Every day.
We love you,
Cousins
Horace.
is available.
Horace, look, I can't comment on Boogie, really. He hasn't been picked up by any team, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Perhaps he was with us. We had a run. Sometimes it's hard to go back, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I would say that, you're right about us getting beat up by the Lakers. They are one of the biggest teams in the NBA, no question.
Absolutely.
They definitely beat us last year.
Yep.
But I would argue to you that it wasn't so much getting beat up by size. If you really look at it, it's that, a few of our players who normally would perform much better just didn't. And they know that. Mm-hmm. We know that. And our team just overall didn't perform. If we play our style of ball, they have to play against us too, right. Remember. So, yeah, we have to play against their size, but they have to play against everything we do well. And historically, we've done pretty well with that.
Yeah, your style obviously starts with Stephen Curry and the style that he plays. We'll take some calls in a second here, but what else could you say about Steph Curry? I mean, what he's done for the organization and the entire Bay Area.
I can't even put into words how important he is, how impressive he is, how much I admire him, respect him. He is a phenomenal human being. He's a great friend as well. I try not to say that kind of stuff or do that because you never know who is a player on your team. Monte Ellis, look back, we were friends with him, and things happen. But Steph Curry is an amazing individual. He's been a great leader of this team, albeit a quiet leader perhaps, but he leads how he leads. And he's been an incredible player. I expect him to have a fantastic year this year. I love the way he and Chris Paul have bonded. And I want him to be with us organization, obviously, for a very, very long time, even beyond his playing years.
Well, what's the thing that he brings to the table that most people would never understand?
Well, I think most people would understand it. You just have to look and see how hard he works, his commitment, and the fact that he's so supportive of everything. Yeah. Does he have issues that he'll bring up? He'll bring to management quietly sometimes, and we try to act on those. Certainly true. He's no shrinking violet. But Steph is just as an employee, as a player, as a human being, he's great. Well, he is really great.
Here's the number one question. How many strokes is he giving you per side?
Well, he's a lot better player, obviously.
Yeah. You see that eagle putt in Tahoe?
Unbelievable. And I'm not as good as I was at one point, but I'm still nowhere close to him. I'm an 8 index or something, and he's scratch. So
nothing to slouch out. I seen you out at Pebble. I seen you out.
Let's go back out to the
play a little bit.
I saw you.
You're gonna ask him to caddy.
Well, he hit the par at the 17th hole. You came up. You hit a nice ball right onto the green a couple years ago. I was with the whole family. My dad was like, "Not bad. Not bad. Let's see if he can make a putt here."
Yeah. The problem is, as you know, when you're an amateur,
exactly,
you don't realize the difference between how good the pros are and how good the amateurs are.
They make it look so easy.
Let's go to White in Hawaii. White in Hawaii has a question.
Wow, we're international today. Let's go.
Yeah, or nationwide. Just still part of the United States. Wyatt, what's going on? Good morning. Wyatt?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Wyatt?
Hey, Joe, nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
hardcore Warriors fan and all that stuff. I'm kind of nervous talking to you right now. I just want to know about like the Dwight Howard situation, like what had happened in that. Like I heard rumors about him coming to the Warriors and all that stuff. I just want to know like what had happened. I know he was supposed to be interviewed too, so well by members of the staff. So I just want to know like about that situation.
I mean, there's nothing to comment on. I'm personally a big fan of the guy you mentioned, who I guess I can mention because he's not in the league right now, Dwight Howard. Big fan, loved his history. At one point, certainly could have been a big contributor, maybe in some way to our roster. But I think the coaches and the basketball operations people, made a decision that this wasn't going to be the right fit right now, and it's as simple as that.
Let's talk about the actual, Chris Paul acquisition, what it looks like on the floor. How much, and he's a pick and roll guy to death, and I know Kerr does all of the actual in-game strategies. What does it look like for you when Chris Paul's on the floor alongside Steph Curry? How are you're closing your eyes? What's it looking like?
Well, I think we need to see it. We haven't really seen it yet. It's only been preseason, but I will say when they're on the floor together, you've got two of the greatest point guards in the history of the game. Incredible recognition of what's going on in the court. A lot of people are going to get very good shots.
Yeah.
So I think that's great, but I also think when he's on the court, because really it's a mix and match with the roster. The roster, it's not even a question of starter versus bench. It's whenever they're on different combinations.
Staggering.
I think he's going to make other players so much better. He historically has been doing that every single year of his career. So I don't think it's too much of a stretch to think that that's going to happen this year.
And I think he got that impact like Sean Livingston with that second unit when he does play with those guys, getting them in the right sets or whatnot. Sean Livingston did such a great job of that. Feels like that's been missing for this team, getting those guys in the right sets. He'll know where, hey, Jonathan Kuminga, get down there on the block, or Dario Saric, get out there on the three-point line. That'd be a lot of fun. But he's going to be opposing his former team, the Phoenix Suns. And Kevin Durant's coming back in front of fans for the first time at Chase Center. When he did come back that first year, obviously it was during the pandemic. No fans were allowed. I believe the ovation is going to be special for him because you can't forget what he did for the 3 years.
I want to say this to all of our fans. It needs to be, it should be, and it will be a tremendous ovation for a guy that helped us win 2 world championships and should have been 3, right?
Totally.
If it wasn't for injury. So this guy, I have nothing but the highest regard for him. He was a fantastic person to be on our team at the time. For various reasons, he decided for him it was not, he had to leave, whatever. I can't comment on that. I don't know if I understand that. I wish he would have stayed. But the bottom line is I have nothing but the greatest respect. All of us should feel that way. And he should get a massive ovation.
Massive. And how has that helped the appeal to Golden State Warriors? Landing a free agent like that. We think about Tom Brady, LeBron, Kevin Durant. Those are some of the biggest free agent signings in the history of North American sports. How's that help the appeal of the Golden State Warriors when it comes to signing players or guys who may be able to get money elsewhere, but they come here because they're saying, you know what, we can compete for a ring?
It was a big deal when he came here, and let's not forget that. It changed us. It raised us up a level in the basketball world, if you will. And he was a big part of that history.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Let's take 2 more calls here before we wrap up with Joe Lacob live in studio. Jaime in San Carlos. Jaime, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Jaime?
What's up?
Hey, Joe. You are probably one of the greatest owners that I've seen in sports, and I've gone through the Niners in the 80s when they were owned by Mr. Eddie D. And I just got to.
Uh-oh, the line's cutting out, Jaime. Oh, you got off to a great start. Go to Prince in Oakland real quick, then we'll take one more after Prince. Prince in Oakland, what's happening?
Man, what's going on with y'all, man? Thank y'all for taking my call, man.
Anytime.
Really what I wanted to say, Joe, because I'm a real fan of all Bay Area sports, and you really, like, as an owner, you really represent us well. Like, you fierce, you humble, like, you keep the competitive spirit, you let other people, make decisions in your organization. But what I really wanted to ask, because I heard Bonte say this before, because I really do care about the Giants. I really do. I care about the Warriors. I care about the 49ers. I wanted to know, as an owner, do you guys have a group chat? And are you talking to these guys? Do you care about if they win? Does it affect you? Do you have pointers for these guys? Do you give these guys advice?
You talking about the Giants?
As a fan, I just wanted to know,
Any of them.
Does that affect you?
They run their own businesses, to be honest with you. It wouldn't be right of me to tell them what to do. We have our own business to run. I'm friends with, in the case of the Giants, Greg Johnson. I'm friends with the 49ers owners, and a lot of the players, as you see, come to our games. We're pretty close to that organization, and I want to see them do well. 49ers are doing great, actually. The Giants will again, I think. So you've got a great fan base here, a great ballpark. They're in a down period. Sports teams go through down periods sometimes, and great fans, you need to stick with your team, is the truth of the matter. And you can criticize, you can have your opinion. I do too. Yeah. And if I weren't on air, I'd probably have some criticism here, but I'm not going to do that. So, but I think they will be back. They're a great organization, one of the top 5 baseball teams in the country.
Before you get out of here, you talked about AT&T Park. It's got beautiful statues all over, right? All over the property, the Willie Mays statue. And B loves when I bring this up. Like, if there ever was a guy who should get a statue while he's playing, I feel like it's Steph Curry. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to do that, but...
yes. Oh, you said a statue for Steph Curry?
Well, no, I'm saying while he's playing.
While he's playing.
And it feels a little, I know, gratuitous, but is there, how are we going to unveil this? Because that property is so beautiful. When I go there on game day, I was telling B, you can take an Uber, me and my wife, we get dropped off right in front, we get some food, we boom, 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 we go into the game. It really is amazing. And I would love to see the Warriors history decorated throughout, and I'm sure you have plans. What's going on? Is anything fun happening this year at Chase Center, like an unveiling of a statue?
I don't think there's an unveiling of a statue, but we have a lot of new restaurants opening up this year. One called K Fico.
Very popular. David very well. Great guy.
And I know that's during the course of the year, and I think also during the course of the year there's at least one other major.
You got a wine bar, Glue. You got the bake shop, cupcaking. You got a lot of things happening. You got
I think we got that going on. We're trying to coming out of the pandemic. Obviously, it's been tough.
Yeah.
But that's all starting to happen. We're very proud of that facility. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Honestly, I get chills every time I walk into it, and I'm not kidding you.
Park across the street, too, from Chase Center that's now being built. You can walk
park, around there. I'm told it's going to actually be done by early November.
Yep. 5.5 acres.
I'm told. So I offered to put the grass in. It's taken a while.
Real grass or turf?
I think it's real grass. I'm not in charge of it, so... But look, it's coming together. These things take a little time. Very proud of this place.
Should be.
Will there be? We have a lot of great sports art throughout the arena. I don't know if you've noticed when you go through it, Shasky. And it's we're very proud of that, actually, if you look around. And so I think we can continue to improve on that with some statues in the future.
Got an emergency alert. That means you got to get out of here, Joe. Don't forget, open practice tomorrow at Chase Center, 5:30. Tickets are $5. $5, Warriors.com. There's still tickets available. You guys have already sold over 10,000 tickets for an open practice tomorrow. Tonight, we're giving out the bobblehead, a Steph Curry graduation bobblehead when the Warriors host the Sacramento Kings, and it felt good beating the Kings in the first round. We get a lot of Kings fans who call the show. They talk a lot of junk.
Yeah, they want to play 4-on-5.
Yeah, it was really fun to beat them in that series.
Let's leave the Kings for a little later.
Yeah, leave them for a little later.
Work to do.
And then I was going to ask you, but we ran out of time. How many times do you turn off the radio when Joe and I just open our mouths and say something about the Warriors? Probably like, do you see this off the air? I got to wake up to these guys?
Well, he's doing a great job on TV, isn't he?
I mean, his C+.
He's great. I enjoy his energy. I enjoy his energy.
I know.
Yeah, C+ performance. Mully carries me.
I'm jealous because his relationship with Mully has grown, and that's the guy we idolized growing up. And I'm like, he's FaceTiming Mully, and he forgot about me.
I'll get you on a 3-way call next time.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Hey, Joe, always a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you guys for having me in, and we'll do this anytime you want to do it.
Absolutely. We're excited about the Warriors. The season starts on Tuesday against the Phoenix Suns.
I want to say one thing about that. Last thing, real quick. That is going to be an epic night, okay? Think about this, guys. Kevin Durant, first time playing against his former team in our building. They're a great team. This is going to be one heck of a season opener.
Heck yeah.
Everybody, come on out. Watch it on TV. Let's go.
Joe Lacob, everybody.
Let's
Joe Lacob. We got a break here on the Morning Roast, and it's brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises.